Dan, let's, last but not least, let's turn to you. So I mentioned that you're closely involved with the Personal Genome Project, this project that George Church started 4 or 5 years ago. We heard yesterday in the keynote from John Halamka, who's PGP number 2. Talk to us a little bit, because I suspect there's still people who don't quite understand the overall overarching purpose and goals of this, this ambitious endeavor, which has 10 named individuals, but has IRB approval to pull in 100,000 individuals. So what is that about, and what is your role with the organization more specifically?
Right. Well, it's in many ways similar to what Jamie was describing with patients like me. I think there's a lot of shared vision between those two groups. The Personal Genome Project is really about sort of a form of next generation public genomics research. So it's trying to develop these fully integrated, rich data sets where you take not only genomic information, but you combine that with phenotypic information. I don't know if we're not collecting Match.com profiles yet, but potentially sometime soon. But really,
Facebook app, right?
Yeah, exactly. But combining all of that information in a way that is linked and integrated and then made publicly available. So one of the most novel features probably of the Personal Genome Project, and that generates a lot of discussion, is the fact that someone like John Halamka comes up here and he's identified as PGP number 2, and you can go on the website and you can see his, right now I think you can see his AFI data and probably his exome data as well, and moving in the direction of whole genome sequence data. And so my involvement, actually, I don't have the scientific background that everyone else on the panel here has. My involvement is on more the LC side, so ethical, legal, social implications. That's how I was recruited to help with with the project, because it obviously addresses a very unique set of challenges that I think we're seeing become more and more common as models have sort of moved in this direction over the past 5 or 6 years since I've been involved with the project. And so, generally what I work on with the PGP, on a pro bono basis, is helping them think through a lot of those issues, working on the informed consent agreements, and all of the other sort of ancillary issues that have come up in the course of this project and will continue to come up. Like you mentioned, 10 enrolled, working on the next 100 right now, sort of as we speak. IRB approved up to 100,000, so it's an exciting project, and it's going to be big.
How important is genomic privacy? There's one person in this field, Stan Lapidus, the founder of Helicos, once said to me, I'm much more concerned about my financial privacy than my genetic privacy. He's also a volunteer in the PGP. What are some of the issues around keeping this information private? Is it going to matter in a few years' time?
Well, there are plenty of people that share Stan's viewpoint, and I think those are the kind of people that tend to be attracted as potential participants to the PGP. But there is a lot of uncertainty about what does it mean to publicize my genetic information. Part of that stems from the fact that we really don't know everything that sort of information will be able to tell us. We don't know what the limitations of that information are. We don't know how it can be used and how it can be misused. And so one of the challenges that we are constantly facing with the PGP is trying to think through all the different risks of participations, both the known and, more importantly, the unknown risks, or the ones that we only sort of suspect but are not yet manifest, and convey those to potential participants, in a way that allows them to give truly informed consent to participate in something like this, because we really want to recruit people, but we want to make sure that they come in with their eyes open, and that's just a very difficult thing to do given where we are in the development of these sorts of research projects.
Carrie.
Can I just comment on this? The basic idea behind Decode was this data integration that these two gentlemen have been talking about, is to integrate the data of an entire nation, and we have done that. And it's not just about sequence variants, up till now through genotyping, within the next few weeks through sequencing, but and not just on genotypes and phenotypes, but also on population structure. And the reason that we can go from 2,500 sequences to 320,000 sequences is that we know exactly who everyone in the country is related to everyone else. We can take 2 random individuals in Iceland, and we can, instantaneously determine which pieces of DNA they share identical by descent. And that is the reason we have been able to make the progress that we have done in genetics and will continue to do so. The data integration is a key.